Part 2, go! I keep uploading it, and it's just a little bit too long. It's bugging me. So, okay, so lack of sleep, same thing. So does anybody here sleep 7.5 hours a night? No more. Yeah. What do you guys sleep?
See, I'll go to bed like at 10, but then I wake up at 2, and I'm up till like 4:30.
Sleep cycle problems.
So I don't sleep straight through, so I don't get enough sleep.
I
Okay.
never sleep. I toss and turn the whole night, where it feels like I never sleep.
Okay.
So
And that's, yeah, she's like, I like sleeping. Sleep is super important. If you're not getting, they recommend about 7.5 hours, and if you're not going to get that amount, that's why I had that post last night, it's going to cause weight gain in the long run. So there's a couple different reasons why it does that. One, if you're fatigued, so like you have your night where you go to bed at midnight and you get up at 6, or you didn't sleep well, you're tired, right? And your body just hasn't rested and recovered as enough as it should. So it feels like it needs to feed itself in order just to keep going. So that's where you're like, I just need to grab something. Like I'm going to grab coffee, or I'm going to grab cream, or I'm going to grab it. So you're eating additional foods that you normally wouldn't eat. So now you're fueling your body with more. So you slept less, you didn't repair your body, and you're eating more. That's going to lead to weight gain, right? And then there's the actual hormonal part of it. So you have 2 hormones, and I don't even know if I pronounce these right, but ghrelin and leptin. And ghrelin is a sleep hormone, and it's going to tell you when to eat. It tells you, you need to eat. It's like there's ghrelin that's released in your system, you need to eat. Ghrelin's released, you need to eat. The more that the less that you sleep, the more ghrelin that your body produces. So now you wake up and you had your sleepless or restless night, and your body's telling you that it has to eat more. That's kind of peeves you off, right? So now you're just eating more because your brain, once again, this is not our, like, us being, I don't know, we just have to have foods. Like, sometimes you just, like, selfish, I'm just grabbing foods, but your brain's actually chemicals telling you that you need more food. You also have leptin, which is the hormone that tells you to stop eating. So, we, like, shove food in our faces real quick, and it doesn't even have a time to tell our brain to stop eating. That's why you're supposed to eat slow to get that. When you have lack of sleep, you're going to have less leptin in your body. So now you're able to eat more at each meal. So now you're eating more often, and when you're eating more because your body's not telling you to stop. So that's pretty interesting to me to know that it's just a chemical or it's a hormone problem when you're not sleeping. So you need to try to get those hours of sleep. What can you do about it? Because this is a hard one to fix, and a lot of people have sleep problems. One, work on your caffeine. So if you're having caffeine, make sure you cut it off. I have to come in after around 3, so it depends on when you go to bed, but try to notice that in yourself of what caffeine you're having. Exercise definitely helps, so if you're having a problem sleeping, then maybe not right before you go to bed, but sometime throughout the day, you'll get better sleep. You'll notice that if you're just kind of like exhausted from a day that's busy, you kind of fall into bed, and when your body feels like that, it really is going to sleep a little bit better. And then avoid heavy, rich meals before bedtime. So I think some of us are like, okay, maybe I'll sleep better if I just get that food in because you feel all tired and like, I'll just go to sleep. Your body's having to metabolize all that and break it down, and you're not going to sleep as well. So if you can, it's ideal to have that lighter or more like of a snackier dinner and have your heavier foods during the day. If I could change everybody's program around so you had your shake for dinner, I would. It's just that we have families and we all sit down together, and that's not as much of a reasonable. Yeah. Hey guys, maybe in 20 years there will be that. That would be fun.
I'd be okay with that. Everyone could be.
Yeah. Hey everybody. So those are some things that you can try to do. We do have 2 products that are pretty awesome. We have one that's called Relax Now and one that's called Sleep Now. Have you guys ever taken Ambien or know anybody that takes Ambien?
yeah, it's bad.
It's bad news.
Yeah.
There's videos, you can YouTube things of stupid stuff you do when you're on Ambien because you literally have no control, I believe, and you don't know what you're doing. So I've seen people in that state, and I've heard some pretty bad stories. We have a lot of different testimonials where people were taking Ambien for 10 years plus and now have not taken it at all because of these 2 products. So, and having that cellular nutrition is going to help in your body, but the Relax Now helps just soothe and calm you. And I think I have, it's got jujube, ashwagandha, and passion flower in it. It sounds silly, like I've never been like the hippie-ish, like, oh yeah, these things probably just relax you. So my personal testimonial for the Relax Now is I get really nervous talking in front of people. And I had to go up and, like, on some of our conventions, be in front of, like, 400, 500 people, and, like, literally shaking. My heart's, like, pounding out of my chest, and I think I'm going to pee my pants. Those are the symptoms that I feel. So I'll have a relax now. So now we're just like at our conventions, we're like, here, pop relax now before you go up.
Whenever I have to go.
Because she's the same way, all of us.
So
And
bad.
Jessica's just like, hey. I'm like,
It's so easy
ever?
for some people.
I know, it's
She's
so
a teacher.
ridiculous.
It's just easier. She's used to speaking.
Yeah, so we go up, and like the first time that I did it, I got done with my presentation. I sat down. I was like, oh my god! Like I was still nervous, but my heart wasn't racing. I wasn't experiencing the physical evidence of the stress that my body was under. So there's that, and then Relax Now will help you fall asleep. So if you can't go to sleep at night, you take one about a half an hour, 1 or 2, and then you just like go about your day or your evening, and then go to sleep. It'll help you feel like somebody explained it as Cheech and Chong, like Cheech and Chong yesterday. Like it does. You're kind of just like zen. And then the Sleep Now has melatonin, passion flower, hops, valerian, lavender, and that one helps your sleep cycle. So if you wake up in the middle of the night, then it helps you maintain your sleep cycle. It takes a couple weeks to kick in, so you can't just try it and think it's going to change. Your body has to adapt to that change. So those are 2 awesome products that we have if you want to try to.
Does that help you fall asleep as well?
Yeah, I'll take like 2 Relax Now and 1 Sleep Now before I go to bed. A lot. And last night I didn't take it, and I woke up at 2 and I was so mad at myself. I was just like, oh, dang it.
And what I give my clients as well, or offer them, is the Nightworks.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot, like, I wish Brenda was here because she has a hard time sleeping at night, and she takes the Nightworks and absolutely says she can sleep through the night now. Mm-hmm. And she even feels kind of heavy in the morning, just like when she woke up, like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what that felt like.
Yeah, I need to try that one.
So the Nightworks.
And that's one that's like, it helps strengthen your heart and all
my
sorts
brother,
of
like,
stuff.
it's helped a lot of my clients.
And that's our like Nobel Peace Prizing product. Like our doctor that won that is for that product, basically, for what he's created in there. So, okay, last thing real quick, because we are so slow over here. Nutrition for exercise. We know that we're exercising, so what should you do different around exercise? And this is, you think, well, I exercise so I can eat whatever I want, and really that's where I see a lot of problems in my clients. When you exercise, you need to watch what you eat even more, because you can work out and then feel like you're just so hungry the rest of the day that you can totally blow it. So if you burn 400 calories your workout, and then you feel starving, and it's really easy to pop that 400 plus back in, right? So one is your drinking. What should you do different? You want to have, you need your half your body weight in ounces is your normal water intake. But when you're exercising, you want to have about 8 to 10 ounces before, and then 8 ounces every 15 minutes of exercise. So I don't think we probably all get that much, but we're not like killer sweating during our workout. So as long as you're hydrating during your exercise, you're going to work out better during it. Try to avoid your sugary drinks. This is more for your kids probably than you. I don't see a lot of us like popping Gatorade when we're working out, but Gatorade has 14 grams of sugar and just 8 ounces. And this, that's not a whole lot in here, right? Because this one would have like almost 30 grams of sugar in it. When you're having sugar, what is it doing to your insulin levels?
Spiking them.
And then you drop them. So you put your kid out on the field and he's got Gatorade, and then the second half he's like not playing as well. Well, yeah, he just had a ton of sugar and now he's tired. So you need to make sure that give them water is going to be your best option. We have something called Hydrate that only has 1 gram of sugar in it that has 4 times the electrolytes that Gatorade does in it. So if you are an athlete or have an athlete, or if you find that you're like, sometimes you just can't hydrate yourself enough, like with the Prolesa stuff, so you're like, I just need more water. That'll help you absorb the water that you're taking in. So, and then we also, in terms of what else you can drink while you're working out, we have the H3O and the Liftoff. And the Liftoff is fantastic. It's like our version of Red Bull without all the stuff that's going to harm your body in it. So it's going to give you that like instant boost of energy. So I have a lot of people that have like harder jobs where they're taking Red Bull or the Liftoff throughout the day because they were taking Red Bull and now they're replacing that with it. So like Red Bull, if you read up on that, it's like moderation. Like have 1 a month. These ones are not like that. You can have them more often, have them every day. And then you're eating for your workout. Really simple, guys. Before workout, have a carb with a low protein. After workout, high protein, low carb. So before, you need to fuel your body for your workout, which is why your carb comes in, and a little bit of protein to replenish your muscles. And then when you're done with your workout, you want to have a lot of that protein so you replenish your muscles all the way.
So every morning I'll make my shake before coming here. So should I be waiting to have that shake till after?
I have it after. It's hard because we work out at such a funky time. Like if we ate it right at 10, then we'd be fine. I have my tea with the PDM in it. So the PDM is like my milk. So you could even have like milk in your tea. and then you're going to have about 8 grams of protein and a little bit of carbs before you work out. That for my body is enough, and it's perfect to get my workout in. And then right after, like right now I'm starving, so I'll get my protein in right away.
Oh.
So yes, that would be better.
I
And-
do yogurt before we work out.
Yeah, and that's a
Or
really good
eggs.
example. And if you can, like, even some people can just do a banana. So just you have to listen to your own body. Each body's really different of what they're going to feel nauseous with or not. So
I
there's
feel like if I don't
Good
eat
beans.
enough before working out, then I don't feel like I can work out as hard.
yeah, that's and so eat something. Just have something that's like the lighter, like maybe just your fruits beforehand, and then whatever's after. And these are all good examples. Your fruit bars, trail mix examples. Here's some good examples you could have. The prepares, what I was talking about today. So if you guys want, if you get to the point where you're like, man, I want to see if I can work out that much harder, or we should just do a prepare experiment where we work out one day at one level and then have the prepare and see how much more you can do. It actually like dilates your vasodilates your veins in your arteries, so you get more blood to your muscles quicker, and you can do that many more reps when you're doing things. So you do feel like Superwoman a little bit, or Superman. And then the prolong, if you're working out a long time, you can do right before too. So that's like if you're doing a race or something. During your workout, you shouldn't have to have anything unless it's long, like bike ride a couple hours. Then you could have your prolong during it. Some people have like the gummies and stuff. The prolong, that's what our preferred product is. It's just a drink. And then afterwards, in terms of what we have the Rebuild Strength, which tastes like chocolate milk. And that's, hold on one second, bud. No, not yet. The Rebuild Strength is like a chocolate milk, but it's got your whey protein in it, and it's going to add, like, that's going to be the one that builds up your muscles right
I
away.
love it.
And yeah, it's just tasty. So that's just another option. But make sure that you're getting your protein in right after you work out. It's going to make you feel less sore and better. So that is your exercise, your nutrition for exercise. You guys have questions about that? Ooh, long-winded today. So the things that we have that are discounted today, if you guys want, is the Herbalife 24 line. So this is our athletic line, whether it's for you or a husband or something, like somebody that works out a little bit more. And really, even if you don't work out that much, our testimonials are always that's going to be where you're going to cut more fat and add more muscle. I think of it as kind of like my composition turnover line, where you're like, okay, I'm down to almost my goal weight. Now I want to make that like 10-pound drop and 10-pound muscle gain, right? That's what Dawn's doing to build her muscle up, right? And then we have our calcium. Do you guys take calcium?
Mm-hmm.
So women should be taking calcium. We're much more likely to get osteoporosis when we're older. So when you take calcium, like if you just go get a calcium off the shelf, there's certain things that you need for your for calcium to work. You need to have vitamin D and magnesium at the same time as your calcium. So I don't know what other things there are. Our Extra Cal, it's called, has them both.
I get the gummies because
Mm-hmm.
I can't really take pills. So it's the gummies.
Yeah.
And it's 1,600 grams or milligrams or whatever a day.
Okay.
And then it's the calcium with vitamin D in it.
So it does have them both. And I don't know why I didn't put this in here, but I found out, and maybe I'll look it up again, how much you can absorb at one time.
It's only
It's like 500, right?
500.
Okay.
That's
So
why
you
I have
have
to take. So you
Okay.
take 4 gummies. So,
Okay.
So I take 2 and you can't take them with other medications because it won't let you absorb anything else.
Okay.
But I get them at Target.
And that's crazy. So there's certain vitamins, if you're taking them wrong, you're just completely wasting them.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're doing them right.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, your milk, your cheese, your yogurt, broccoli, tofu, tongue twisters today. So those are the other ways to get your
And
calcium
they're
in.
2 hours. So you have to, if you take your normal vitamins pills, you have to take it at 2 after, wait 2 hours.
So you're
and
taking
then
stuff
take it.
all day long. Like
Yeah,
vitamin.
that's why I
Good.
hate taking pills.
Yeah.
Because you have to wait at least 2 hours after or 2 hours before you take any other medications.
Yep. So it's something good to think about trying to get in. The more that you're pounding in your bones, the stronger that they're going to get too. So our exercise is definitely going to help. But if you know somebody that's older and they're not doing any exercise and not taking any calcium, think about the people that break their hips, because it really does just happen, right? So you need to actually address that.
Look at my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then there's glucosamine, joint support. So I know we have knee problems all over the place. I take joint support a couple times a day. And that's just gonna, the glucosamine in your body actually just drops as we get older. So that's why you start to have more and more pain with those things. I'm gonna just go through this real quick. Relax now, sleep now, we already talked about. For homework this week, we're gonna practice one of those stress reducing strategies. I want you to try to get 7.5 hours of sleep. I'm not saying you're going to, but at least schedule yourself that amount of sleep for one night. And then avoid your same food as